going on, everyone? Hopefully everybody had a good Tuesday, as good as mine. And it's before 12, so we're still Tuesday. I didn't anticipate on recording today. However, some inspiring events happened in my life today, and in my best efforts for you all, for the public, to familiarize yourselves with me, I find it important to talk about these times. So anyways, well, one of the first things, I got some base RSX seats for the Project RSX. I wasn't about to let the right-hand drive RSX go with my Recarros, nor these babies. But long story short, a friend of mine, the engine on his base RSX went out, and he refused to part it out himself. So I had to do what I do best, which is part out. So I have a 2003 base model RSX to part out, and that's what I'll be doing with that. Tomorrow, hopefully, I get the right-hand drive back from having the floorboards fixed. But that's not actually the point of today's video. Today's video, well, my father-in-law is a truck driver, and we only get to see him once a week. However, my wife, being a teacher, ever since this whole pandemic started and school started again, she's been glued to her desk from 7 a.m. all the way up until 9 p.m. practically every single day. And with that being said, I really commend my wife and all teachers out there doing their best to essentially change how they're able to deliver engage the kids, keep them engaged, and deliver the required curriculum to the students by each their respective states. Anyways, also as well, parents, you all really need to do your part and help out these teachers, help your children out. Okay, so with that being said, I was unsure if she was going to be able to go visit her dad. So I said, oh, you know what? I actually have to go to check out this RSX. So on my way, let me go ahead and stop by my father-in-law's house. And let me tell you, it was actually one of the, if not the most positive times that I've ever experienced going over to my in-laws. And to me, that said something. It said something, because not only were my in-laws, just giving out positive vibes, but my brother-in-laws were as well. Everybody was happy at the household, And I left just thinking about that, like, wow, that's the most positivity that I've ever felt visiting them. It made me feel great. So it stayed with me throughout the whole day. And then I recalled what my father-in-law had told me about 2 or 3 weeks prior. He said that from now on, he was no longer going to focus on things that he had no control over, and he was going to just reflect on his own self, what he had direct control over in changing, because each one of us is well aware of what we need to do in our lives. And it pretty much, by him making that change, reverberated all throughout his household. See, because from what I recall, each and every single time he'd come home, he felt a tremendous amount of stress because, as you know, a family needs to work together as a team. And when there's only one person pulling everyone's weight, you can imagine the amount of emotion, feeling, anxiety that one feels, especially him being a truck driver, being gone the whole week, only having to return to find that responsibilities that he knows or that everyone knows that they have to do on their own without being told aren't being met. So, essentially what would happen is his 1 or 2 days rest, he was having to carry out this whole workload on his own. He said, I'm not going to have that in my life anymore. I'm going to make a change. And it was reminiscent of my own change. And, one of the things that I like to think is that my life didn't turn out the way I planned it, because had it been left up to me, truth be told, I probably wouldn't even have my family right now, because I had this childish mentality that, oh, well, I'm the man of the household. I'm the man of this family, this marriage. And obviously had I been successful career-wise, I would have had this mentality like, I can do whatever I want. And more than likely, I would have lost my family. So it took a lot of fail, a lot of heartache, and much, much, much struggle for me to finally actually, reflect on my own self and what I was doing wrong, realize that the things that I was doing were actually causing harm to others. So when I finally matured, I was able to actually see that it's no longer a question if I'm, whether or not I'm doing wrong. It's a question of not doing that and repeating those same mistakes again. Things that I already know I'm doing wrong, and obviously making that change. And like I've mentioned in other videos, we can tell other people and other people can tell us, but change, a person changing, change happening, is never going to happen until we stop and reflect deep down in our hearts and realize what we do wrong. And when a person starts doing that, like myself, much like myself is what I'm trying to say, that's when you will see a change in your life. That and applying our Father's word to our lives every day that I do Bible study, for the most part, because I am very guilty sometimes of just wandering off and not focusing on our Father's word. But when I do, it never fails that each and every single time I find meaning in our Father's word and how it applies to my life. And I'm pretty sure those who read the word can actually find meaning that apply to their lives as well. So that's actually where I first said, if change is going to happen, it's going to be by me reflecting on my own self and what I do wrong in my life. So essentially, today's visit to my in-laws was testimony that change first starts with yourself. And this whole day, the significance of that spoke to me, and I felt it important to make another video. So I don't anticipate making videos every single day, possibly once a week. And I just felt it important to make another video today to talk a little bit about that, to expand on that, because I hadn't prior. So anyways, with that being said, hopefully everyone continues to have a strong week, and hang in there. Y'all have a good night.